Hi, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the back room of the old Curiosity Shop, the back room of the 1925 bungalow. This really is the old Curiosity Shop. I'm sitting right in the middle of it. I think everything looks okay. Well, I have to tell you that it's Monday night at 8 o'clock, and that means it's time for another live sale. And that's just what we're going to have tonight. Oh, he's going to tell that joke. You know what, Sharon? You have to have been watching me for at least a year for me to tell that joke. And I will tell that joke in honor of my late father, who would say the only thing that's Irish about me is my patio furniture. There it is. I can only say it once a year, and I guess that means today. So there it is. The only thing Irish about me is my patio furniture. I do not have, well, you'd have to go back very far to find any Irish blood on one side of the family, and none on the other, I can tell you that. Irish or not. Hey, everybody, and I didn't even remember that today was St. Patrick's Day. I really didn't. I didn't look at a calendar. And I don't do anything special for it. I don't go out drinking green beer or picking shamrocks or anything like that. Lots of drunk people in Boston, says Peter. I imagine across the river in Philly as well. There's always a big parade there. You're so Irish. It's hard to remember. I'm Irish, so I had to remember. Oh, I see. I got you. Dear me. Well, there was no preview for today. It's all a surprise. I am really the one who's, well, let me take that back. I started doing previews maybe about a year ago, and sometimes I would do them and sometimes I wouldn't. It's not something that I do for every sale. I kind of do like to do them, the way a regular auction, brick and mortar building, you can go and look at the items there, and so that if you want to sit there till midnight and bid on anything. But I didn't get a chance to do that today. So there is no preview, but I will tell you it's pottery and glass. I've got a piece of American Brilliant cut glass. I have 3 beautiful pieces of pastel hall pottery from the 40s. I have some lovely consolidated Phoenix consolidated glass, some green glass. Nothing glows tonight, I can tell you that, except your personalities. So we're not going to have any glow tonight. I don't know. A few pieces of stretch glass. I think that's about it. Nothing unusual for the items that I normally sell. And I've always been drawn to glass and items that pretty much date from the years between the wars, so the 20s and 30s. But I love to go back into the Victorian era, and when I can, I dip into the 50s. I don't know if I've got any mid-century here tonight. Maybe, maybe not. Well, let's see. I'm going to be looking at 2 screens as usual. I'm broadcasting on StreamYard on this camera, and then just beyond me is a much larger screen so I can look in that direction and I can actually read the comments way over there across the room. And then I have a laptop here on the desk in front of me. So I've got 3 screens and can't see any of them. Thank you for asking everyone to give a thumbs up. I appreciate that. I did have a chance to look at a little bit of Tammy and David's live haul, which they may still be doing that. I was watching a little bit of it before I started tonight at 8 o'clock. I didn't get to see too much of it. I think they still have their company, Brad and Margot, who are visiting, and I'm so glad they were able to have dinner with their friend Martha, who we haven't seen in a while. I'm going to go ahead and hit refresh on my computer just to bring it up to snuff. I have some music playing. I always have music playing. You'll have to let me know if it's too loud. It's really meant to, well, I just always have music playing. Are you the same way? I know some folks always have a TV on. Some people sleep with the TV on all night. I don't know how you can do that. I always have music on. Yes, in every room in the house. So I hope it's not too loud. You'll have to let me know if it is. I don't think so. You turned your music off for the sale. You can't hear it. Good. I don't want it to overpower. Well, let's see. I was told when we redecorated our 1800s farm home, they said I did not know you. They said I did not know you were Victorian. Neither did I. You listen to music all day too. I always have it on. Can't live without music. And good evening and a happy St. Patrick's Day to you as well. To everyone tonight. I guess I'll go ahead and tell you that normally next Monday night, Patrick, the trusty huckster, would join me and we would have the Two Chaps Live Sale. I'm sorry, the Unbreakables Live Sale. Patrick isn't able to join me next Monday night, but David is. And so therefore, we'll be here on this channel and we'll have Unbreakables next Monday night with David, who will join me. And then there's an extra Monday in the month. Did you know that? So I'll be back for that 5th Monday. Yep. With another sale. Well, as you know, I ship from Southern New Jersey. I am just across the river from Philadelphia. I use Pirate Ship. You don't have to pre-register. In fact, I like it when you don't because it's too much for me, too many emails. But if you're new, you are absolutely more than welcome to jump right in and be a part of this. I love it. Now, if you are new, I ask that after you win something that you look, and I think it's backwards. I think I have to point over here. Let's see if it comes up on the screen. Nope. Wait a minute. My hand should move. There it goes. That's my email address, I hope. Yep. So you will write to me here and you'll send me your full name, your mailing address, and the email address that you used when you activated your PayPal account, which may not be the one that you're using when you write to me. If you don't have a PayPal account, you have to let me know, because otherwise you won't get your invoice. And I'll wonder what happened to you, and you'll wonder what happened to me. So let me know if you don't have one when you write to me. And you can still check out as a guest. I can still send you an invoice and you can pay any way that you like. So it's easy to do it. I don't charge for any of the packing materials, and 90% of my packing materials are new. Yep. And I buy the American-made boxes. I don't order those cheap ones from overseas somewhere because they're flimsy, and pack as best as I can. We try to keep the boxes 12 by 12 by 12. Once you go over a square foot, the prices go woo, 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 woo. But the shipping is based upon the size of the box, the weight of the box, and the distance from your zip code to mine. So remember, if you are in California or Oregon or Washington State, ooh, it is costly. But sometimes you get really good deals, and maybe you can't find the items where you live and you're okay with the shipping. I will do my best to keep my eyes on the chat as much as possible. It's not really, I don't really have the ability to do a whole lot of chatting with you because we do have so many folks and it goes by quickly. So therefore, please don't feel upset or ignored if you say, hello, Scott, 5 times and you hear nothing from me. I literally have to keep my eyes on the secret paper here, all 3 of these screens, mind my subject-verb agreement, and catch as many things as I can. I do want to thank, I see that I have, do you want me to do your stops? Sure. Karen, would you do the starts and the stops? You only asked if you wanted to do the stops. Would you do the starts too? Oh, KP said hello 5 times. Well, hello, 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 hello. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Well, I do want to thank the moderators that are here tonight, and I see 3. So that would be the Revive It Sisters, Old Hadley Vintage, and Karen Williams. And I appreciate that. I can back you up, Karen. Oh, thank you. That would be probably Heather and Shane. I appreciate that. Okay, well, thank you for your help. So we'll let Karen put in the starts and the stops. I'll try my best to call the winners, and I'll ask either Jeffrey from Old Hadley Vintage and Heather from the Revive It Sisters if they would back me up when I call the winner. And everybody else, just hold on before you say congratulations. And there really is a reason for that. I've told you before. I don't want you to think I'm just making things up, but remember, because there's always a lag based upon how many applications are currently running on your devices, how old your devices are, what kind of internet speed you have. When was the last time you defragged? You know what that is? So you will almost always see yourself first. And a lot of times people will congratulate the wrong person. One time, you didn't mean to do it, but everybody congratulated the wrong person. And then he turned his TV off and wrote to me the next day thinking he won, but he hadn't won. He saw himself first, but it actually went to someone else, and I had to deal with that. So let the moderators and me call the winner. And then if you want to say, whoopee fizz, congratulations, go to it. But that'll just keep us from having any confusion. I used to defrag my Mac. Do I have to defrag my PC? I don't know. I think you do. I have to defrag mine. Do you guys know what defrag is? It is a thing. You defragged today. Good for you. Yeah, I never really knew what it was. I think my father years ago. I don't know. Good grief. I care more about the day-to-day operations of my Victrola than I do my computer. That's where my interest lies. The cell phone, it just needs to ring and I say, hello. The TV, I just need to turn it on and pick up reruns of What's My Line. That's all I need. The other stuff, I don't know. I shouldn't be like that. You have to stay engaged, right? And up to date with things. I do try. I mean, I'm not 110 years old, but still. It's amazing some of the things that people can do on computers and cell phones when they're on them all the time. I guess it's like anything else. You have to just constantly do it. You know, it's not like a bicycle. You can't just get right back on it. You need a record player, Tina? What kind of a record player are you looking for? We better get started. It's after 8 o'clock. It's 8:15. And let me hit refresh on my own computer. Okay, so I'm going to be actually seeing who we have as winners. And Karen is going to do the starts and the stops. Okay. Let's just get it going. Why not? I think we better do that. If I forget anything, I'll try to keep my eyes on the screen as much as possible to see what I am missing. We have just shy of 300 folks here tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So delighted to have you this Monday in March. All right, let's go ahead and begin. And we're going to start at $12 with a pretty little Stangle vase. Kind of looks like a classical urn. Stangle pottery was really big at one time, and of course made not too far from here in lovely Trenton, New Jersey. There are no chips or cracks on this beautiful little Stangle piece, and I still don't know what I did with my ruler, so I have to bring this big yardstick out. Isn't that just ridiculous? It's just over 4 inches tall, and it's a pretty blue color. I don't know, there might have been 2 as a set. That would have been pretty, but I've only got just this one. Stangle pottery, and it's a really pretty color. Does anybody collect? I ran into somebody at a thrift shop. They may even be watching me tonight. Gosh, they were from Boston, I think. Or well, somewhere in Massachusetts. And they ran into me in a store here, and they said that they were excited about some pieces of Stangle. So $12 on the pretty little Stangle piece. Terry Trahan has a bid of 12, and Val M has a bid of 12. I know Karen is going to be putting the stops in for me, so I don't need to do that. Then I'll just count it down. Here's the pretty little Stangle. The high bid right now is 15. And if there are no questions, I'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. On the pretty little Stangle. Next up is going to be a decorative plate from 1911. Little calendar plate. And it may be Kells at 22. Let me hit the refresh and I will see if my moderators can. It looks as if it is going to be Kells at 22. And so Kells at 22, I thank you. Now, you know, ink pen, this is just the time for you to be a poopy head and not work. All right. Okay, well, that's that. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone who placed bids. I appreciate that. Now I've got a little tiny plate, and this was given away. And this little plate is from 1911. It's a little calendar plate, and it's 6 or 7 inches. I think somebody said something about me being frozen. I'm not showing up frozen on any of my devices, so I don't know what to tell you. 7.5 inches. This little plate will start at $8. And I'll tell you what it says, and then I'll show it to you. It says, compliments of Breen, Brenne, Breen Dairy, 24th and Nicholas Streets, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So 1911, there's some wear on it. It's just a little decorative plate that was given away in 1911 by this dairy in Philadelphia. So it's got all the months. There's some wear in the center of it. There's nothing on the back. And hold it to where you can see it, I hope. See there? And then you can also see there's like a little shoreline with maybe a canoe on it. It's really hard to see what's in the center there because there's some luster on it and there's a little bit of wear. And I know my screen comes up a little on the blurry side. And there are no chips or cracks on the little plate. 1911. I think what dairy? The dairy is called Breen, B-R-E-N-N-E. B-R-E-N-N-E, Breen Dairy, and was on 24th and Nicholas Streets in Philadelphia. All right, I think there's a bid, but it went away so fast. So I will go ahead and count this down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. On that adorable little plate. Get down there on the floor, you. One of my favorite songs just came on. That's why I'm dancing, and you can't hear it. Oh, okay. So it's Florida Golden Girl. Let's see. Oh, I don't see the stop yet. Oh, there's the stop. Is it Florida Golden? Florida Golden. It is Florida Golden. Well, Florida Golden, thank you so much. You are the winner of that plate at 30. Florida. Florida Golden. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody who's helping tonight. Let me refresh my computer again, and we'll keep the ball rolling here. Now, let's just see what happens. $20. $20. I threw this together just for kicks and jollies. It's an elegant depression glass caddy, and I didn't sell it in my drop sale the other day, so I'm bringing it back, and I put 4 Depression era tumblers on it. So here we go with a get started collecting Depression glass. There's a Ritz Blue by Hazel Atlas. There's a, this one's called Holiday, I think. And I think I remember that might be Jeanette. That's pink. Holiday. And then there's the, I think Windsor Jeanette. Sometimes I forget. And that's pink. And then I stuck on a fun little Anchor Hocking in the green, forest green. And then there's the caddy. This is nice. This one is more of a root beer color, where these are pink. So these two are pink. There's no cracks or chips on any of this. Now, none of these tumblers were meant to sit on here. So you can put whatever tumblers that you want. But this is an excellent, this is a nice one. Look at that handle. I love that. Just the way you look tonight. So look, so there's that. We'll put all the tumblers back on it. This is an instant depression glass lot. And let me see if I can turn it around without dropping it. I better hold it this way. Well, I could never wait on tables. You know how fast I move. I'd be throwing things all over the floor. So this lovely set, if there are no questions, I'm going to go ahead and count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. And remember not to be repetitive, but please, if you see something that you really like, please don't wait until you hear the countdown begin, because you may have a lag on your end that's longer than 10 seconds. It happens that way. It looks like it might be Terry Trahan at 28. I'll hit refresh. And if it is, we'll wait for the confirmation, and I will say thank you, Terry. And thank you, everyone who placed bids. Okay, very good. Awesome. Wonderful. Well, thank you. Revive It Sister, I saw you were in Audubon the other day. Did you go to the Goodwill in Audubon? Did you know there's a Goodwill in Audubon? I don't know if you were able to go or not. Okay, $12. This is so pretty. And it's the date on this is going to be the 20s, probably like 1925 into the early 30s. Look at that pretty chintz pattern. Oh, you had to go to an estate sale. I got it. This starts at $12, and it's just a little, even though it doesn't have a handle, serve whatever you want. A lot of times people call these little things lemons. You know, the lemon tray has a little thing to put your finger through it, but that's the original old handle. And these handles are usually gone. That's the original. Now, it just has sort of a chintz pattern to it. And you say, well, how do you know the age? Well, when I turn it over, I see made in Japan, and then I see MM. And a lot of you know that the M and the M, am I getting it in there? Not everything is marked Nippon. This just says made in Japan. We know that it's after 1921, because before that it would say Nippon. But the M and the M, the Moramori brothers, but that's that old like rattan or reed, you know, handle. And these handles, as you well know, they are just gone, gone, gone. So there it is. And because it says made in Japan and has that particular mark on the back, where sometime the Nippon was used from about 1891 to 1921. Yes. A period of about 30 years, Nippon. And then in 1921, they couldn't, you had to have the country of origin in English. And so Nippon, which means Japan, then became Japan in 1921. So that's helping us to date this when we see Japan on there. And then this would have come into the country sometime before 1941 for obvious reasons. So there aren't any chips or cracks on it. And I guess doing all this talking, I don't know. I think we have a bid. It actually measures 6 by 7.5. Cute little thing for tea time. 6 by 7.5. And we'll count it down if there are no questions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. And that goes down on the floor. What's next? Oh, I've got a big piece of pottery coming up. It looked like, is it Lynn DeThample, I think, is our winner at 25. And so, Lynn, I say thank you to you and thank you to everyone else who placed a bid on that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Is this the day that everybody eats like corned beef and cabbage? Or is it shepherd's pie? Something like that. My dinner was prepared by a very special lady by the name of, I think her name is Marie Callender. You know, when you live alone, and I haven't always, believe me, I have not, and you cook for yourself, you sometimes do cook for yourself, but sometimes old Marie gets into the kitchen and she does it for you. And today, it was a Marie Callender day. It was a Marie Callender day. I try, when I don't actually cook for myself, to have, you know, something decent that's frozen. And, you know, I'm sure Marie Callender tastes good. I don't eat it 5 times a week, maybe once a week, you know. You know Marie Callender, Miss Bucket? Look at that. We're going to have some pretty springtime pieces tonight. And we're going to start at $19 on a chip-free, crack-free, craze-free, dent-free, scratch-free vase pottery, completely unmarked. But the condition is wonderful. As Lawrence Welk would say, it is 10 inches tall, 10 inches tall, and there is nothing on the bottom. And I mean nothing. Now, you know, sometimes these molds get worn out, and there might be, sometimes there's something under there and you just can't see it. But I tell you, I'm pretty good at finding marks, and there's nothing on the bottom of that one. But it doesn't, well, now in the light, okay, there's some very light crazing, so I will take that back. I don't know if I can get it to turn it to where it's not stained, though. But there's some very, very light crazing in there. Oh boy, Begin the Beguine just came on. I know you can't hear it, but woo, I'm dancing in my seat. So it looks like probably an American-made pottery vase from the 40s or the 50s. It just kind of has that look to it, you know, but it's just completely unmarked. Yeah, I'd go with maybe looks like Abingdon. There's just literally nothing. So this may have had a paper. This may have been in the era when they were using foil stickers, paper stickers. Oh, because, and sometimes they did and things weren't marked. I've got a piece of haul coming up and it has its original foil sticker on it. You can hardly read it, but I think it's the only piece of haul I've ever had with a foil sticker on it. I think that there's a bid in here somewhere. The high, we started off at 19. I think Sharon Elaine maybe has the high bid of 26. Let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Begin the Beguine. I can't help it. Okay. We'll wait for the stop to come in. And while we're waiting for the stop to come in, I will let you know what's coming up next. A piece of Nelson McCoy. There's the stop. Is it Justine Shields at 30? I think it is. Well, thank you, Justine Shields. And Justine, I'm sure I have your information. I'm certainly. Oh, someone just asked me, did you get your truck back? Well, yes and no. Let's keep the show going. I'll thank you for asking, Randy. And if you're still hanging around at 10 o'clock, I'll tell you about that. I do appreciate you asking that. Okay. This is a Nelson. Did I say thank you, Justine Shields? And thank you, everyone who placed bids. Thank you so much. $19 is where we start. Wow, look at this. Oh, yeah, that's, yes. It's coming. It is coming when you have time. Okay, you'll have to tell me another time, Tina, what you mean about record players. Because when you say record player to me, that's like saying I need a car. Like so write to me, Tina. You write to me and tell me what kind of record player you're looking for, okay? And so we're starting out at 19 on this. This is, they came in all different colors. And this is marked NM. That's the old Nelson McCoy era. So you've heard of Brush McCoy, Nelson McCoy, McCoy. Okay, that's the Nelson McCoy. What happened was when I took my truck, I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but it went in Monday and I was supposed to pick it up Monday. And then I was supposed to get it Tuesday. And then that turned into, I still didn't have a car by Saturday, but every day it was supposed to be ready. So I know that in that case, if I had known I was going to be without that long, I would have called the post office and have them come and pick up the boxes, which I've never done before, but I know you can do that. So I kept saying, okay, I can wait one more day. And then finally it went, okay. And so then I had to figure out how to get everything in the mail, and I did. So I appreciate you. You know, sometimes it's life and things happen, but this doesn't have any chips or cracks on it, and it has no crazing. So I think Nelson McCoy put these out in the 40s. I didn't look, and I looked it up in my McCoy book a long time ago, but I don't, at the moment, I can't remember. So I'll count the planter down. I think the high bid right now might be 32. Can't you see a little, what's that little yellow thing? There's a crocus and then a little daffodil. That's too shallow for that. But okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the Nelson McCoy. First time I've ever had one of those bad boys. That is a cute little thing. And I love that color. I know you do. Let's see. We're going to wait for the stop to come in there. There it is. And it might be Jenny Mack. We'll have to see if my folks will help me out by telling me Jenny Mack. I think so. And if so, Jenny, thank you. And thank you, everyone who placed bids. I appreciate that. Look. I've got 2. It is. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that. Look at these beautiful satin glass lotus candle holders. These start at 22. Chip-free, crack-free. Easter is coming. Oh my, am I bringing out the pretty spring colors tonight? I am. Now, I did not have any time Ooh, I take that back. We all have the same amount of time, 24 hours a day. I had to prioritize other things, and so I wasn't able to. In my mind, I remember that Westmoreland had a Lotus satin glass line of glass. That might be, but don't bank on it. You can look up Lotus, satin glass, Lotus, Westmoreland. That might be who made these. They're beautiful. And these are going to go back to the circa 1930. They're not chipped or cracked at all. And it's this beautiful satin glass. And then the yellow and the purple, that's that waxy paint that they put on in the factory, and it holds up very well. It's not like those cold painted roosters with the red that always chips all off of them. This stuff just does not chip off. They must have then baked it on somehow or fired it on somehow, the companies, when they did this in the 30s. But aren't they pretty for any time of the year? But I'm really thinking about springtime. Oh my goodness. Oh, before I count these down, I've just got to show you something that's coming up later. That's coming up later. I know it's pottery and these are glass, but look. Have you started to decorate your houses with spring colors, springtime colors? Could you use these two different ways? I don't believe that they were manufactured to be used that way. So I would say no. This is where the paint is underneath. And this is so delicate. Well, not delicate, but I really wouldn't put them that way. It kind of looks like you could, but I don't think they were manufactured to be used either way. You brought out the greens. Yeah, because this is where the paint is, you're not going to be using these as sherbet dishes. And people didn't normally, I'm going to say no, that they were meant to go that way. But whoever wins can turn them any way they want. We'll count them down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. These are so pretty. Woo, what am I going to do with them? Put them over here on the floor and don't step on them. All right, I won't. You like how I have conversations with myself? Okay. Let's see what we've got. Let me hit refresh. Oh, we're hovering right around 400 folks tonight. And I'm so glad everyone is here tonight. And I certainly hope everyone is doing well. And I hope that, let's see, here we go. There's the stop. And it looks like it's Jenny. Jenny Mack has those. Okay, Jenny, thank you. I appreciate that. Your bid and everyone else's bids. Let me just have a quick sip over here. I can't believe it's already 8:45. Put that back. I've got some stretch glass coming. Oh boy. Now, let's have a piece of clear glass. And I have to say, let's see. Okay, here it is. As soon as I hold it up, somebody's going to start laughing. Hi, Gerald. $20. Chip free, crack free, sick glass free, no issues. And it stands just over 9 inches tall. Karen, did you have any luck? going to let her do the talking. Let me tell you what it isn't. It isn't Fostoria American. Now, this is Diamond Point, and so sometimes you see different things in your screens, but look at this rolled edge. I have to tell you, when I bought it at the thrift shop, I said, ooh, look at that celery. It's the shape of a celery. It's the height of a celery. It's a celery. I've got 5 other celeries out there in the other room, and I can put this in line, and they line up beautifully, all different patterns. Now, we've talked about what celeries are before. I have never seen a celery with this rolled edge. See that? And we were somehow Karen and I got to chatting about it, and I know she studied, and she's not here now. I don't know where she went now, but she couldn't find this anywhere. And I think she spent all day looking at every single celery that she could find. It is not too small for a celery. It may look small where you are, but it's actually 9 inches tall. And as I just said, I've got 5 other celeries that are documented in my books, and they're the same height as this one. So it really is the height of it's the depth of a celery. It's the height of a celery vase, and it still may be a celery, or it could just be a vase. There's lots of wear on the bottom of it, and it really is pretty. So it's either a very unusual celery that we couldn't find in any of the books, or it was manufactured as a vase. It's heavy glass. It's clear glass. It was pressed in a mold, and I just absolutely love this rolled edge. That's my favorite part, I think. So, I didn't really see. Well, I'm going to go ahead and count it down. I know we have some bids on it. Celery vases were a popular late Victorian into the early Edwardian era fad. I don't know if I should say fad. If this is a celery, it dates to that era. If it was manufactured by one of the American glass companies as a vase, then it could be made up into the 1930s. But isn't it pretty? I'd use it as a vase too. So I'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. And I don't know how I made those balloons do that. I don't. You make certain gestures and funny things happen. Now my screen went all funny. I think my lighting is too bright. Well, we'll have the stop put in there. And I think I saw that now Heather is going to be doing the stop. So if we'll just hold on for a second, I think Karen might have passed that over to Heather to do. And so I'm going to just wait for a second. And so Heather, are you stopping? I don't see. Hello. Should I do it? What happened? Maybe there's just a big I'm just waiting for my moderators to decide who's going to put the stop in, and I'm not seeing it. Okay, hold on. Jeffrey, now we've got 2 people doing stops. Okay, I need just one. Is it just going to be the Revive It's doing the stops? Because that'll really mess us up there. Hold on, everybody. Jeffrey, I appreciate that. I think you stepped in to try to, but I believe that Karen had asked the Revive It sisters to do the stops. Okay, so it's Patsy at 38. Okay, so the celery vase is 38, and that's Patsy M. Okay. Okay, that's fine, Jeffrey. I'm back, Scott, just the once. Oh. Karen, I wanted you here when we were doing this. I wanted you to talk about that. Oh, Karen was bidding. Karen, why didn't you tell? Girl, I'm gonna smack you. She knows I'm not gonna smack her. She's probably gonna smack me. I didn't know that. Okay. I've got another. I'm not going to sell any others. I have 2 more celeries. No, I've got 4 more out there that I'm not going to sell tonight. Just those. But okay. We're back and rolling here. Maybe one of the other celeries will be one that you're interested in. Let's do some of the haul now, because I've got some. This is a beautiful haul art basket. Before anybody bids, the only damage on it is right at the bottom, and there is a chip on the bottom right there. So you will, when it's sitting down like that, you hardly see it. You do see it slightly, and it's on the side, sort of. But there's that little tiny bit of a chip right there, which I kind of will let you decide if you want to put some clay on there and cover it up. This lovely piece measures 12 by 10.5. I love haul because they put the measurements on the bottom. And it starts out at $20. This is one. Of course, haul was mass produced, and wonderful American art pottery from the 40s. And these colors were so popular. I think everybody's great grandmother had a piece of haul pottery, and it wasn't expensive when it was made. Could be purchased in gift shops, jewelers, probably even some of the, I don't know about the 5 and dimes, but you've got flowers on that side. Look at the handle. And then the beautiful, there's always one side that has a little more business on it than the other. So that would be the back side of it. And then that would be the front side of it. I've always loved haul pottery. And it was enormously popular as a collectible in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And now I think it takes a special nostalgic person to appreciate this. But I love the fact that this handle has never been broken and repaired. And it's not crazed. So the measurements of it are 12 by 10.5. 12 by 10.5. I've got 2 more pieces of haul tonight as well, all in these wonderful pastels. So if there are no questions on this from the 40s, we'll count this down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Hall vase. Not vase, but basket, sorry. The hall basket. Oh dear. Hall basket. Yeah, okay. Bonnie, 43. Okay. Bonnie at 43. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone who bid. There's going to be 2 more pieces of haul. 2 more pieces of haul. Let's go on and do, why does it say green? Oh, green. Oh, okay. This will be $15. It is chip and crack free. And it is uranium free for those of you who are funny feeling about that. So no glow, etched green glass. And let me measure from handle to handle. It is has a ring foot here on the bottom. So this can sit this way. And obviously, since we've got handles for passing, we can pass around little cakes and cookies, maybe even some corned beef. And so from handle to handle, it's 14 inches by 10. So a little bit of an unusual shape. 14 by 10. Very clean. I see 1 scratch in the middle, just 1 on that. And this is what's called elegant depression glass because, well, you know why. You can see how it was cut. Cheryl Miller has placed a bid of 15, and now there is a bid of 20. I like the handles. And the etching that's on it. It's not acid etched. It's not acid etched. It is cut, ground out. So the top of it is smooth, and this etching is on the back. That makes it much easier to clean. So if your little mustard sandwich is here, you know, you won't get caked up mayonnaise and mustard down inside of the etching part. So we'll count this down. Here we go. 10. Yeah, Christina, that's because of the lag. Christina saw her bid come in before the stop. And I'm sorry, Christina, that most people will see their own bids. If it's really close, they'll often see themselves as the winner, where it actually does come in after the stop. So that can be a learning curve, or I know that can seem frustrating. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on this beautiful green etched depression era serving platter. Ooh. Okay. And that could be Cheryl. No, it could be Justine Shields at 27. Hold on, everybody. It might be, I'm going all the way back. It might be Justine Shields at 27. That's what it looks like. La, 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 la. Yeah, we'll do 27. It was just one. I see it. Well, we have to do 28. I have to do 28. It's just Justine Shields at 28. That's the green platter. And the reason for that, okay, it's Justine, Shield, Justine Shields at 28. Okay. I think we're good there. Yay! Good for you. Congratulations and thank you. How about we go back to Hall again? And now I've got another piece. This one is chip-free and crack-free and craze-free. There is no damage on this guy at all. Well, let's see it, Scott. Okay, I'll show it to you. It measures. Well, anyway, here's Hull again. And this one, again, we start at 20. No condition problems on this one until I drop it. This one measures 12 and a half by 6 by 5. If you are decorating a mantelpiece, right? We love these for mantelpieces, but also for a console table. Now, there's that side, that's the business side. Then there's that side, which doesn't have as much decoration on it. Hall is always marked, as you can see. I beg your pardon if I have it upside down, I might. And what thrills me, though it's almost obliterated, there's the Hall sticker. You can't read it. I mean, it's very hard to read because it's been wiped, but that's an original Hall label that's on there, a little foil label that's on there. See? And you know, you can leave that on or take it off. It doesn't add or subtract to the value of it. And it's clearly marked Hall on the bottom. So, but when you turn it this, that's the side that's got all the business on it. No, I've never seen a sticker on it either. And I love it. Yeah. Okay, so that piece, again, no damage at all on this one. And this pottery is easily chipped. And this is pottery that's, good heavens, 80 years old now. You know, if it's from 1944, 45, around 80 years old or so. Let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. On the pretty Hall console or mantle bowl. Okay. So I'm going to hit refresh. Has Hall been reproduced like Roseville? I don't know. I know Roseville has. I can't remember if Hall has been reproduced. It's so pretty for Easter. Is it Bonnie Abrams at 48? I think it's Bonnie at 48. And so Bonnie, thank you. Bonnie, you got the other piece of Hall. You're going to have some pretty pastels at your house. Okay. So thank you, and thank you everyone who placed bids. I appreciate that. These we're going to start at $25 is the next, where we are. And it's so funny because I keep hitting refresh and looking at this. Okay, there we go. You're going to get all three of these. They are glass and there's no damage. $25 for the set. These little glass rose bowls. Now I put all these together as a grouping, thinking it would just be really pretty for Easter time. They're unmarked, and it's so hard to tell who made these because everybody from Fenton to Fanny Flagg. You remember old Fanny Flagg from, oh gosh, didn't she have red hair? What was Fanny Flagg on? Some 70s thing. Anyway, everybody from Fenton to Fanny Flagg made glass that looked like this. This is not that old Burmese. There was Burmese glass, but that's not what this is. So I don't know, but you can see the bottom. They were blown, and then the pontil was polished out. So that's the one in yellow. Now, because it's satin glass, you'll get these little marks. I'm all out of Barkeeper's Friend, but you just get a little Barkeeper's Friend or Comet, Ajax, put some water on a rag, and just go, wee, 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 wee. There are other things you can use too. Now take those little marks right off, and I'm out of it. I don't have any. It's just enough of an abrasive to take it off. So there's the yellow one, and then a pink one and a blue one, and these are glass. See? Let you see the bottoms. Yeah, she was a comedian. Wasn't she on either Match Game or Fanny Flagg? Wasn't she on Match Game? Seems to me I can see her sitting next to Charles Nelson Riley. Now, let's move on because I'll never get that straight in my mind. $25 for, we're going to call these little glass rose bowls, and I love them in these colors. They are chip and crack free, and again, I'm not going to be able to exactly pinpoint who made these. It's a popular design, and it was more than one company. Maybe you guys can name some names other than Fenton. You're all going to talk about Fanny Flagg now. I started it. Oh dear, I started it. Well, we have a bid of 25 Judy Coggins. I don't know if that's the first, but we'll keep going now. Let's see if we can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You get all three of them. 3, 2, 1. That's it. So pretty again for Easter time and springtime. I know I started it. I'm moving on from it, but I started it. Fanny Flagg. Ooh, okay, there's the stop. And was it Judy Coggins at 25? It looks like it. Okay, Judy. Thank you. I think I have your information, Judy. I think. Okay. This is underrated. Now, where is it? Lumpy doopy dum. Now, where on earth is that? Here it is. I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite items tonight. And it starts at $15. It is eggshell thin. And boy, do I mean eggshell thin. Not a flea bite anywhere up here. And I'm going all around the top like this. Not a flea bite. That is old. And I am not going out on a limb by saying this may go all the way back to the 1912, 1915, 1919, maybe 1920 era. I think we're somewhere, I know we're somewhere between 1900 to 1940. Let's just make it as wide as open it like that. And look at how pretty. Now this is all etched. And it's a vase, and it stands just over 9 inches tall. Just over 9 inches tall. But all of this is hand cut. And it just has the elegance of that Edwardian into the 1920s era, the work that's on it. Look at even around the top. Those aren't chips around the top. Those are not chips. That's all the little tiny lines that are etched on there. And then look at the flowers and this wonderful, how, well, this is, okay, so there's a flower here, stylized, and then they drape down the sides. It's clean, you can see. It's polished on the bottom. And I think it's beautiful. Very elegant. Tall, slender. It's one of my favorite things. This piece here, I guess I better keep it in the screen. Oh, this isn't a Pilsner glass. No, no. It's definitely a vase. And it really gives me that Edwardian feel. What say you? Your big nose would hit the other side of the glass. Mine would too. Vase. I believe it to be a vase. I believe it to be a vase. This wouldn't, yeah. Okay, let's count it down. Are you ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Okie doke. Put that over there on the floor. And let's see here. Typically, you don't have etching around the rim of something you're going to drink out of, right where you put your lips. I don't know if you all could see that, how delicately etched it is all around the top. And let's see where I might need some help with that one. I think that if I go back, is that Christina Campbell at 28? Okay, Christina Campbell at 28. Christina Campbell at 28. Thank you, Christina, and thank you everyone who placed bids. I appreciate that. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. That was delicious. Ooh, this thing down here. All right, how about the last of the Hall vases? Now, this one has a little bit of, couple of, I didn't hurt anything. This one is a That's a pretty little Hall vase. Before I tell you where we start on this one, this has the size of a head of a pin. That to me is a flea bite. If it's bigger than a pin head, that to me is a chip. Now I'm really picky about stuff, so when I say flea bite, I mean it's a pinhead size or smaller. Right up in here somewhere, the size of a head of a pin, and now I can't even find it. I think it might be right there. Okay. And then up at the top on the back, we have 2 glaze skips. That looks like a chip to you on your screen. It is what's called a glaze skip. It will happen on rims. There's another glaze skip there, and there's a glaze skip right there. And when you feel it, you can feel that nothing has been chipped from it, but you also feel the ridge of the glaze as it sort of coagulates and doesn't cover the whole thing. But there are no chips on the bottom of it. And the glaze skips are on the top rims, and so they're not really that visible. So there's that side, and then there's that side. Again, this is 1940s, and it's a Hall vase. See? Now, underneath, it says Hall Art Pottery, USA. And the measurements. Oh, did I tell you where we start? I didn't. I'm sorry, $18. $18. The little wings on the side are not broken. No repairs. 6.5 inches tall. And I love the way Hall always, both sides have a different color, different design, the way they did their molds. This is my last piece of Hall tonight, but this just screams Easter time. I have to tell you, I have 3 pieces of Hall that I won't sell, and I decorate my mantle. I have a big, tall Hall vase that I put on top of the mantle clock, like a clock topper, and then 2 matching Hall vases. I'll take pictures of it so you can see when I decorate for Easter, which I haven't done yet. So we'll count this Hall vase down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. These colors were very popular in the 1940s, and Hall Art Pottery is going to be marked underneath. Okay. The Hall vase is going to go to, let's refresh it here. I really am so appreciative of the 415 folk that are here tonight. It's a lot of pressure. I try to be entertaining. Sometimes it's hard at the end of the day, but I have a lot to be thankful for. I saw all of those horrible storms in other parts of the country. There it is. Is it Lynn at 36? I think it's Lynn at, oh no, wait a minute. Yes, I think it's Lynn at 36. I think it's Lynn at 36. I just need to get a confirmation on that. No. Oh, thank you, Monica. I wasn't fishing for a compliment. I guess it seemed like I was. That's nice of you to say. Congrats. It is Lynn. Is it? Well, I guess I have to scroll back up. It is. Okay. There it is. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Excellent. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. How about we look at this. I've got a candy dish for you. And we're going to start at $20 on it. It is chip and crack free, this candy dish. Take a look at the lid. We've got red flashed, ruby flashed dogwood flowers with some gold, with some iridescence. I don't know if it's shimmering like I'd like it to. So it's not just the red flashed, but there's like there's an iridescence, almost a gold iridescent flash has been given to it as well. So they really just jump off the top. Look at that golf ball handle or whatever handle it is. And then you've got dogwoods on the bottom. Now, the ruby flash didn't come off of that. They just didn't decorate the bottom of it. I say dogwoods. I guess it's dogwoods. But there they are. Needs to be cleaned a little bit. I thought I cleaned it, but... So that's a little 3-part divided candy dish, and it's got no chips or cracks on it. Isn't that nice? I guess I better measure it. It's a small one. It's only 6 inches in diameter. 6 inches in diameter. But oh, that lid. Mmm. Isn't that nice? I love this thing. But it makes it hard to steal jelly beans out of it when you're not supposed to be in the candy dish. How many of you tried to sneak into the covered candy dish and you tried to lift that lid? You could get the lid off without making any noise. You could get a couple jelly beans out. But boy, it was hard to get that lid back on without somebody overhearing you. Ugh. How about that? Mm-hmm. Vintage or antique? Well, this probably dates to the 1930s or 40s. Probably the 1930s or 40s, probably the 40s. I feel as though it's a piece that's probably from the 40s. Just based upon my experience of handling glass. These 3-part divided, this was a big thing in the 30s and 40s. These 3-part divided dishes. And it's such a high relief the way these, look at how they just almost look like they were carved out of clay and placed on the top. You know, that's quality. And it's quality that, you know, you just, by the time after the war and all the cheap competition coming in from overseas, you just didn't see a whole lot of work like this made in America after, you know, when you get into the 50s and the 60s. We'll count this down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Okay. Oh, get down there on the floor where you belong. And we'll see where we are. Okay, now, how am I going to figure this out? Is it Jenny Mac at 33? I think it is Jenny at 33. Okay, thank you, Heather. 33, Jenny Mac. Okay. Jenny, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone who placed bids on that. Now look, this thing made me mad. It did make me mad. It got me frustrated. All right. If you already heard me run my lips about this the other day, you can go out to the kitchen and get you another slice of corned beef and cabbage or whatever, Irish potatoes or shamrock shakes or whatever everybody's eating today. This starts at $25. Now, I will tell you who made it, Imperial Glass Company. Whoever wins it, you're going to say, Scott, I don't see any IG. You got to get into the full sunlight and get a magnifying glass. But the IG is in there. You'll never see it here on this TV screen, but the IG for Imperial Glass is on there. And you're probably not going to see the lovebirds. I'm trying to turn it to where you can. This is beautiful glass, and it's so hard to get you to see. But we have two lovebirds sitting in a tree, and I'm looking at myself on the screen, and it makes me mad because I know you can't see it. Maybe if I do it, sometimes if you look into it. So look into it. Yes, it's blue. It's like an ice blue color. Now, if you look in, you might be able to see some of the pattern. It's decorated all over. It's so hard to get you to see how pretty it is with the light that we've got here. It is not chipped. This is an old mold. Now, you know that Imperial Glass started putting the IG on their pieces in the 60s. You know what? Maybe, oh, I don't have it. Doggone it. Anyway, let me try something. Hold on, kids. Give me just 1 second. You wouldn't mind, would you? I don't think this is going to make a difference. I'm getting my black light. I know it doesn't glow. That's not the reason why I'm getting the black light. I'm going to try to put some light into it. I want you to see these lovebirds. And, well, that didn't do anything, did it? I was hoping maybe I could get you to see the birds, and that didn't do a thing. Well, drat, said the cat. Okay. Well, we don't have any bids anyway. What was I going to tell you? This is originally a mold by Phoenix Glass. Now look, we're going to have a piece of Phoenix Consolidated. This is coming up. Do you see how pronounced that relief is? How beautifully done these molds are? This is exactly what you want to see in a piece of Consolidated Phoenix. And we'll talk about, was it Phoenix or is it Consolidated? Same company. I don't know how Imperial got the molds, but that's a mold from the 30s that could have been a Phoenix mold or a Consolidated mold, because Phoenix got a hold of all of the Consolidated molds. And then apparently somehow Imperial Glass got them. So this is covered in like apple block. There's trees, and both of the lovebirds are sitting in there. And I'm just going to move on because it's so hard for you to get to see it. What I probably should do is take pictures of it and put it in the eBay store so you can actually see it. Because I don't, unless you know the quality of the Consolidated molds and the Phoenix Consolidated, you might not pick up on just how pretty it is. Yeah, there's really no way for me to get you to see it. Oh, there is a bid. Oh, okay. Well, Okay, I see. I will count it down then. Maybe you were waiting for me to stop talking. It's a delicate thing and a pretty thing, and it is blue frosted glass. Okay, so let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. And we're going to come back to that piece of Phoenix glass in a minute. I can't, in order for me to turn down the lights, I'd have to get up and turn off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have to turn off, I've got 5 lights going on in here, so it would, I don't want you to have to sit through all that. Okay, so the Lovebirds, that's Karen Taylor. Karen, thank you. Karen, thank you so much for that. You know what? Let's go ahead and knock it out since we're talking about Phoenix. Okay. Karen, thank you. Thank you, everyone who bid. Now this, before I tell you what we're going to start out on this one, it is chipped on the top. I bought it anyway. And the reason why I bought it anyway is because it was too beautiful to leave behind. I will show you that at the top, there is a chip right here, right on the top. Now it is on the top. We know that you can leave it that way. We also know you can take it and have it polished out. This is really thick glass, and a good glass repair person could polish that out for you if you wanted to, but it is there. So there is a chip on the very top of it. This would have had a sticker on it. The sticker is gone, but I'll go ahead and tell you that even with that chip, I'm going to start it off at $25. It's beautiful, and it stands 12 and a half inches tall. 12 and 1/2 inches tall. Now, the Phoenix Glass Company in the 30s got a hold of molds from the Pittsburgh Consolidated Brass, Glass, and Lamp Company. Try to say that 3 times backwards. Because Consolidated was going to go out of business. So they let Phoenix use some of their molds, and they produced the line in the 1930s with these neutral background colors and then pops of color. This is all glass, very high relief, very typical. If you look up Phoenix glass or Consolidated glass from the 30s, you'll not only find that guy, but you'll find this kind of glass as well. These had paper stickers on them when you would buy these new. So lovely shades of pink and whatever that other color is. And it's glass, and it's a beautiful, look, the dirt down on the bottom of it. Just a beautiful vase, even with no cracks in it. And this chip on the upper rim. Yeah, you had a Consolidated piece. You brought it to my house, remember? And the minute you pulled it out at Christmas time, the minute you pulled it out, I said, "Oh, that's Consolidated Phoenix." Sometimes you'll hear Phoenix Consolidated, Consolidated Phoenix. It's kind of like the way people say Dugan or Diamond or Dugan Diamond. Glass is so much fun. Okay, we'll count this down. You have a beautiful vase in the window from the... Okay, we'll count this down. Ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Get over there. I don't think I have to talk as much, but I talk about things because I want, I try to, you can help me learn and I can help you learn and we can learn together. Is it Justine Shields maybe at 40? Let's see. If I Were a Rich Man just came on. Can you hear it? Bitty bitty bum, da 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 dum. Justine. Was it Fields or Shields? Now there I go. It's Justine Shields. Shields. I was in an amateur production of Fiddler on the Roof. I was a chorus member. It was a little more than amateur. And but it wasn't a large, it was a summer stock. And so it wasn't a big, anyway, it was fun being, you always have a lot more fun when you're in the chorus. So I was a villager in Anatevka, and I was this and I was that, but I was also one of the bottle dancers. And we did not use Velcro. Those were the days. I think somebody has an old video, VHS. I know you don't do that for VHS, but VHS had just come out. This is in the mid 80s or 86 or something like that. But anyway, every time that comes on, I do I want to get up and do the bottle dance. I remember the choreography, and at the end you tip your hat and the bottle falls off to prove to the audience that we did not use any Velcro, and none of us for the entire run of the show dropped a bottle during a presentation. I mean, during a performance. Oh, you're so thrilled to have known that, right? Okay. Let's speed it up here because we've got about 20 minutes left and I'm wasting time telling ridiculous stories. 11 inches. Okay, 11 inches. You get both of them. They're pink, they're Macbeth Evans, and they're 11 inches. Look at that. You're going to get both of them. 11 inches. $16 is where we start. $16. One has a flea bite. That's it. The other ones don't. I mean, the other one doesn't. It's pink. It's hard to get you to see it because it's somewhat thin glass, and it's a delicate pink color. There's an American Sweetheart pattern, and these are two 11-inch platters. See the pink? So, and they have a rim here, so they'll sit. This is depression glass, 1930s, early 1932, 34, 36, something like that. And it's $16 for both of them. We're looking for a start of $16 for both pieces of Macbeth Evans in pink. Pink depression. Sit myself back down. Yeah. So these are identical. Okay, $16 start. I'm just waiting to see if we'll have one. Coming up after that is this beautiful Art Deco vase. Not seeing any taker. Okay, Kells has jumped in at 16. We're counting them down. 10. I'm moving along now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. You get both of them. You do. Oh my goodness. What was this? That was the Macbeth Evans. Okay. Hit refresh. Oh dear. And it goes to Kells at 22, I believe. It goes to Kells at, thank you, Kells, to Macbeth Evans at 22. Okay, Kells got it for 22. To Macbeth. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I now have $20. This is chip and crack free. And we'll start at $20. This is something that was made sometime in the 40s, 50s, or 60s. Probably 40s or 50s. It's white satin glass. It will come out. In fact, I took it out of this little filigree thing. It's chip and crack free, and it starts at $20. And so it's 10 inches across. I'll let you see it. It's very pretty. And again, cleaning these, you have to sort of, if you get fingerprints on it, it'll come off. You can buff any little Mars off of there. There's no maker's mark on it, and I love it. And I'm going to say that we're in the probably, looking at this, the way the bowl is done, I'm going to go probably earlier than the 60s and stick with the 40s. This is a very, very 40s looking thing. These will come right off. Now, I'm not going to, as I said, I took the gold off, or gold color filigree piece off to wash the bowl and then put it back on. So it's in place and it'll stay there just like that. You can see there's a pattern on it. The bowl really looks 1930s, doesn't it? You start to see all this fancy stuff in the, really in the 40s, bases to lamps and picture frames and that kind of thing. So this looks like something that might have been a gift item, maybe purchased in the 1940s. And it's in excellent condition with 3 feet. It is not a marriage. I'm certain that it is not. Oh dear. Sometimes one company would make the glass. Somebody else would obviously do the metal work. But they would be produced this way. Sometimes they had handles. Yeah. And I don't know if we have any bids on this one or not. I'm looking for someone to start us out at 20. Now, don't be shy now, because I'm going to move it along here. Did I say we started at 20? I did. Oh, did someone place a bid? Well, no? All right, well. Oh, there are a couple of bids. Oh, I didn't see it. I apologize. I guess it went past too fast. Then I will count this down. 10, if there are no questions about it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. What to do with it? Put you right back where you were. Okay. That's the satin bowl with the gold. Okay. My goodness. Is it Catherine Taft at 25? I don't know you, Catherine. Oh, is it Taft, as in William Howard? Oh, no, it's T-A-I-T. Catherine, thank you. If you wouldn't mind. Would you go ahead and shoot your information to me, Catherine, while we're here live right now? I'll be able to check it on my laptop to make sure we're connected before the night is over, because I think you might be new to me. So thank you so much, Catherine. email me right here. That's the address that you see right here on the screen. And if you'll go ahead and send all your information to me and then stick around, because I want to make sure that we're all connected, that you and I are good and connected before the night ends. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I told you I had a piece of American Brilliant cut, and indeed I do. It is 10 inches in diameter. That is American Brilliant cut glass. And of course, it's going to have a flea bite here and there. I don't know how you can expect these to survive without one, especially when they're cut. But this one starts at $25. You know how picky I am about this glass. This American Brilliant cut piece. Oh, there's Jeffrey. Jeffrey, are you still packing? Let's turn it and get it this way. So this is leaded glass, American Brilliant cut. This is a piece these pieces of glass go back to the 1870s, 1880s, 1890s, into the teens. This is a beautiful, beautiful one as well. And it's a nice shallow bowl. No teeth are missing. But as you feel this glass, it is so, 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 so sharp because it's cut. And you will find an occasional flea bite here and there on these teeth. It just happens. But it's hard to get it. The sides aren't so high enough for me to get it to ring. This one, I just didn't have time. You know, I've got all these books over here, and it takes time. This one, I said, okay, well, let's just throw it out there and let someone enjoy a beautiful piece of American Brilliant cut, which means it contains lead, it's heavy, it's crystal clear, and all of this by Master Glass Cutter. All of these facets are cut into this glass, and it's just a beautiful one. I will count this down. And here I go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Okay. There go those balloons again. I'm delighted that we have some new folks here tonight. Delighted, delighted, delighted. Okay, the American Brilliant cut. Is it Gina? M-A-K-I. I think Gina is new to me. Hi, Gina. I think you may be new to me, Gina. And it looks like it is Gina. Okay, I'm going to be looking. Gina, would you also do the same thing? And Jeffrey, thank you for putting that in. Gina, I don't think I have your info, so if you would kindly, I don't know what TYSM means. I'm so sorry. I'm not into the lingo. I'm not hep to the jive. What does TYSM mean? Anyway, it's Gina, M-A-K-I. M-A-K-I. Now I'm going to be checking because I need to make sure that we get Gina Mackay and Catherine Tate. Oh, it means thank you so much. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, so if you'll email your information, Gina, I'll double check before the night is out, and we'll make sure we get connected for tomorrow. Stretch. Oh, I don't do that yet. Okay. 6 cream, lumpy doopy dum. Thank you, everyone who placed bids. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a new one to me. I know what LOL is. I do know LOL, and I don't use OMG. I just kind of don't like that. I was raised to believe that that's sort of like, well, I don't use OMG. I do know LOL. I don't think I use any of them, but I know what they mean. But that's a new, and I know talk to you later. TYTL. But some of the ones I don't know. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green plates with no uranium. I know some of you are scared to eat off of uranium, although you are allowed to. It won't hurt you. But these have no uranium in them, but they are green Depression era plates, and I've got 6 of them. And they start at oh, wait a minute. Yeah, $20 is where we start. And so these are Depression era with a swirled pattern, and they have polished bottoms, so they're made by a good glass company. They're 8-inch plates, so salad plates, luncheon plate, dessert plates. Just a few very light utensil marks, but not many. Look how I get these into the shine. You can see Mickey Mouse just shining through there. See? This is polished here on the bottom. So this is a good quality glass. We can see this is the, yeah. And they have a swirl. Lots of companies did a swirl. This would not be Anchor Hocking. This would not be Hazel Atlas. This would not be those companies that are in the Jean Florence Depression glass book. That glass was mass-produced, factory, no human hands, no finishing. This is the kind of thing that would have been made by your Fostoria and your Cambridge and your Payton City, because they're polished. There's some finishing work done after they come off of the assembly line. So there's no roughness around the edges. And they polish the bottoms of them so that they don't scratch your tables or mess up your tablecloths or anything like that. So 6 of them. They are light green color, more of an emerald green. This is much more of an emeraldy green, I think, than the color green, than the green, like the green Depression. It's just a little bit of a deeper green, but very pretty emerald, and all 6 of them. And we'll count them down. 10, 9, I guess, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the plates. And I do realize that it is 5 of 10. We're going to sell a few more things here. The 6 green plates. I'll hit refresh. And it looks like, sorry, I have to bend over to here to see this other screen. It may be Patsy M at 30. It looks like it. Okay, Patsy, thank you. They're yours at 30. I appreciate that. And now, thank you everyone who placed bids. I promised this and then I forgot. This has one glaze skip right there, tiny, tiny. Look how Art Deco that is and how pretty the colors are on that vase. It starts at $25. It is not chipped. It is not cracked. It's just under 8 inches tall. And both sides of it have this really pretty color and design. This is made, we'll turn it upside down, and all you'll see on there are some, probably the mold number and just USA. But this is actually made by the Robinson Ransbottom Company. So there would have been a foil sticker on it in the 30s. Robinson Ransbottom. Yep. So another one of the American pottery companies, like Hall and Weller and Roseville. Not as expensive as Roseville, but very Art Deco, stylized flowers, as you can see. Pottery vase. Your new stage name, Bix, is going to be Robinson Rand. Oh, Bix, I got to tell you, Bix. Your lamp is rewired and it's going out in the mail this week, okay? I wanted to have it out earlier, but I had transportation issues and I just couldn't get to work. I couldn't do it. But I did get that lamp rewired for you, and it will be on its way. Tomorrow's Tuesday. It should be in the mail Wednesday with the glass horns. I just wanted to, I know you told me there was no rush, but I didn't want to sit on it. So anyway, if you're here, thank you for letting me tell you that. Yes, you don't often hear a whole lot about Robinson Ransbottom. It's a pottery company that you don't hear that much about. They did a lot of deco work in the 30s. This is a pretty one. So we'll count that down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Oh, it was not. Those were what were those sisters? The Bradbury Scott girls. Yeah, I still have a Robinson Rand. I have a big, beautiful brown Robinson Ransbottom deco vase that I bring out in the autumn season. I do a lot more autumn decorating than I do springtime. I like the autumn better than the spring, so I tend to do more decorating in springtime. I'm just too busy yeah. Let's see here. You had it's Kells at 40 got the vase. Okay. I need to stop talking and pay attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. It's probably 10 o'clock. Oh my word. Kells. All right. I'm going to check. Would everybody hang in there for a moment? I've got a few more things to sell to you. This will only take me a second. Okay. I have an email from Catherine. And that looks wonderful, Catherine. It's TAIT. That's wonderful. So we've got you. And who else was I looking for? I was looking for Gina Mackey. Gina, I haven't gotten. No, you don't pre-register, whoever that is. No, I don't. Someone else tried to pre-register. I don't do that, so you don't have to worry about that. But Gina Mackey, I haven't gotten anything from you yet. So I do need to hear from you, Gina. You bought the $40 for the American Brilliant Cut. So Gina, if you're still there, would you please send your information to you? I need to make sure I get a hold of you. Oh, you're doing it now. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to the sale. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gina. I appreciate that. And Catherine Tate, we got you. Ouch. What did I do to my finger? I don't know. Okay, let's do, you know what? Chicken butt. Let's do this. I think that we need to sell. This is going to be, now look, I'm telling you. I don't walk into a thrift shop, an auction house, or an antique store on a regular basis and find matching stretch glass plates. Wow. $30 is where we start. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Let me put them down. Let me put these down before I throw them on the floor. 5 of them. I'll let you look at one while I'm measuring it. 5 of them, $30. Get out of town. They are 7 inches and 3/4. And they are super fantastic. Now, they're all footed. You see that? So they will sit off of your table like that. Take a look at this color. Now you're going to ask me, what color is it? You're going to have to trust me on this because it's hard to tell with the lighting. They are more autumnal. I'm going to just stick with autumnal. Some of you are going to see russet, some will see gold, some will see root beer, some will see brown, some will see, do you see what I see? Some of you are going to see amber. Some of you will see tangerine, la-da-dee-dee-dee. Some of you will see marigold. It's really hard. But look at the stretch, and they're all, because these are all matching plates. You see, and when these are made in the factory, I'm going to read this to you because I want you to know. So hold on, everybody. I want you to know, because I know somebody's going to ask me, what is stretch glass? This will take just 2 seconds for me to tell you what stretch glass is. I've already told you before, but I'm going to tell you again. And you just don't find plates all the time. This is what stretch glass is. Now, I could tell you, but I'd rather read the definition from the Stretch Glass Society. Stretch glass is pressed or blown molded glass that has little or no pattern, and it is sprayed with a metallic salt mix while hot. When finished, this handmade glass will have either a cobweb iridescence equal to stretch marks or plain iridescent effect, and is velvet or shiny in luster. In some rare instances, some stretch glass with an all-over pattern will have been put in the manufacturer's line of stretch. Usually there's no pattern. Stretch glass was made in the United States from 1916 to 1935. About 1916 to 1935. And the colors are just amazing. And they came up, look, see here, there's even like tangerine. Look at this. It's very hard to, because companies would come up with their own names for colors. You know, I think Vinny had a piece the other night, and I was telling him that you'd often see it called Persian pearl. See, here are even plates. So it can be very difficult. Who made stretch glass? Fenton, Northwood, United States Glass, Imperial, Dugan Diamond, Vineland, Lancaster, Central. Even Jeanette made some stretch glass. So you'll find stretch glass, and to have plates is wonderful. Now, I'm telling you all this because I just want to talk about it. There they are. No chips, no cracks. The condition is excellent. There's only 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But oh boy, yes, you could eat pumpkin pie off of this. It'll be the most glorious plate you've probably ever served your pumpkin pie on. If there are no questions on these beautiful iridescent stretched glass plates, which again are going to date between about 1915 into the early 30s. And plates are not the easiest thing to find. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. On stretch glass plates. We're going to go over 10, just a hair here tonight, but all right, let's hit refresh. And well, we still got 356 of you hanging in there. It's Jenny Mac has them at 61. Jenny. Thank you. And Jenny, use these plates. Now, don't go serving spaghetti and meatballs on it, but maybe a piece of pie, some cookies, you know, something where people aren't going to be taking knives to it. They're just beautiful. And I'm glad you got them. Listen, I'm going to sell another piece of stretch glass tonight. Well, I don't have to run my mouth on this one because I already ran my mouth. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, everybody who placed bids. Look at this. Once again, that is a piece of stretch glass. And I rattled off all of the possible. Yes, I had this stretch glass book. What happened? Did something happen? And so again, we're talking about something, well, good grief. This starts at $30. That's called Persian Pearl. And this, again, Fenton, Northwood, United States Glass, Diamond, Dugan, well, Diamond, Imperial, Lancaster, Central Glass Company, and they were making this in Vineland, New Jersey, not too far from here. They're not doing it now. But this is a footed compote. It is chip and crack free. No, it's not waxy. That is stretch. And stretch glass isn't waxy. The stretch is smooth, fire polished glass. So unlike the glass that has the enamel paint on it, that has the waxy feel, not stretch glass. This stands 6 inches tall, 8 inches across. So when it's sprayed and then fired a second time, it's completely smooth. And this is one of those, you'll see the iridescence in it. Now, this is one of the things that makes stretch so much fun. This piece, you really see these stretch marks, right? This piece, you see more of onion skin. And that's what collectors call it, onion skin. Once again, stretch glass was produced in America between roughly 1916 to 1935. Now it really starts falling out of fashion, but now under here you can see it was sprayed as well. Look at the iridescence, and the color on this is called Persian Pearl. And depending on the light that you're in, it's going to change colors. It's like an oil slick. Yeah. Now, here where it's clear, you see this clear spot? They didn't spray that. How about the base? Yes, they sprayed that. No, it's not hollow. But this is done purposely so that you have a clear element here. See? Do you know the year? Stretched glass was manufactured between 1916 to 1935. Roughly in the United States. The 20s. And Persian pearl is the name of that color. Any other questions? Questions from the chat. Yeah, I've said the years. Stretched glass was manufactured in the U.S. was popular between 1916 into the early 30s. Yes. This is thick and heavy and really pretty. Any other questions? I'll wait for a second just to make sure. It doesn't look like it. And I think I've got, okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. These were candy dishes or they were just decorative. It's beautiful glass. You didn't serve mayonnaise out of this. This is really a candy dish. And so pretty. And Persian pearl. Okay, stop. There's stop. And it's Jenny got it. Okay, Jenny Mac. Jenny, thank you. Thank you, everyone who placed bids. I appreciate that. And you know, Jenny, I got, that's actually going to do it for tonight, I think. Because it's already 10:15. Jenny, thank you for your bid on that. And I know show us the glass you're drinking out of. Well, I really don't want to show it to you because you're going to laugh at me with all of the beautiful things that I have. That's a plastic cup, and I think it was 50 cents. It's just plastic. Yeah, sometimes you know, it's like one time they interviewed Julia Child at her house. And without her knowing that they were going to do this, they said, let's see what's in your refrigerator, Julia Child. And you know what was in her refrigerator? Beer and cold cuts. So yeah, I'm using a plastic. That was my Julia Child moment, if I may compare myself to her, and I really shouldn't. But if she can have beer and cold cuts in her refrigerator, then I can drink out of an old plastic cup. Oh, you know. You know what? I think I'm in that dish pan every single day, cleaning, sometimes way over an hour. So you have to love to do dishes when you're in this business. But for myself, I just want to throw that into the sink at the end of the night and say, good night, Irene. Not awful. Anyway, I have to say thank you to the moderators who were moderating tonight, they volunteered their time to do it. I didn't ask them to do it. They're lovely and they all volunteered. Please send the celery dish to Karen Williams. Patsy, did you win that funny celery dish? I might have it listed as a vase. Hold on, everyone. It was Patsy. I will send that, Patsy, to Karen. And you know what, Patsy? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That was very kind of you to do that. And Karen is going to be thrilled. How about I send you a picture, Karen? I'm sorry, Patsy. I've got 4 other celeries. I'm going to send you some pictures of them and pick out one that you like and we'll make a deal. That was very kind of you. And I'm sure Karen is thrilled with that. So I've made a note of that. So thank you very much. And we'll see if we can find a celery that you like just as much. Way to go. Okay, so I wanted to say thank you to the Revive It sisters, Heather and Shane, to Karen, who is moderating, and to Jeffrey, who is also moderating. I hope I got all of that right. Sometimes it's... I am a morning person, I have to tell you. I wake up at the... and I am John Philip Sousa marching all around the house. I am a morning, oh my goodness. But I start fading as the evening comes along. And so I have to tell you, you have to excuse me sometimes in the evenings because I'm just like, ugh, by the end of the day. You probably are too. So if I sometimes seem a little out of sorts. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, you're a night person. I am not a night person. Morning person all the way. Well, thank you, everyone, for being here. Again, I appreciate it. I don't know what else to say. I'm worn out. I guess I'll read just a little bit before we... That's it for the sale. So everyone who's saying good night, good night. Oh, I needed to see if I got an email from... There's Gina, I think. Hold on, Gina. Yes. Okay, way to go. Thank you. So Gina, I'm connected to you. And Catherine, I'm connected to you as well. Okay. Yes, everyone who has to run, I know it's late. It's already 20 minutes after 10. So thank you, everyone who purchased, and for everyone who was here watching tonight at home. I hope you had a good time. And we'll see you. I'll be back. I don't know if there was anything else I needed to address or talk about. Next Monday night, please join me here with David, because Patrick can't join me, and we'll have our Unbreakables sale. And just in case, oh, the truck, you don't want to hear about that. Last thing you want to hear here is about somebody's personal problems. It's, oh, did that just fall off the table? It did. Oh, my electric cord. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. I am going to have a front seat frivolities, and the next front seat frivolities show that I do will be from a new front seat. How about I just tell you that for now? And you can chat with me about it in the front seat frivolities show, or you can, if you can't catch it live, you can catch it as a rerun. And I never really know when I'm going to do them, because it's normally I'm out and about, and it's usually like a lunch break kind of a thing for me. So I'll tell you the truck story at the next front seat frivolities, as long as you watch it, even if you have to catch it on the rerun, if that works out okay. Okie doke. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you the next time. I'll be doing the invoices tomorrow morning. I might punch out a few tonight if my eyelids stay open. If not, I'll punch them out tomorrow morning. And anything that anybody is still waiting for, that stuff is finally on its way. These items should be on their way also by Thursday of this week. Okay, good night all. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you everyone for helping, and happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll see you the next time. Bye-bye. There it is.